It's once again that time of year. Yes, everybody's been clamoring for the 8th year anniversary cards, and I am super excited that we get to bring fan-made cards back, and I'm very, very happy with this choice because I was looking over the details, and man, this is a really, really good concept. I'm really enjoying it. This is going to be for SSJ3 Goku and SSJ2 Vegeta for the Majin Buu saga part, and it is by Mugiwara. So Mugiwara, thank you so much for submitting. I'm going to go ahead and showcase your design. Now let's go ahead and talk about this leader skill. Majin Buu Saga, Battle of Fate, and Final Trump card category Ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 170%, plus an additional HP attack and defense plus 30% for characters who also belong to the Pure Saiyans or Power Beyond Super Saiyan category. Is that 5 categories? Yes, I think so, and that's fantastic because I think if you're getting anniversary units, these things should be overpowered as heck. You wanted to bring the energy, you wanted to bring so much stuff, so I'm very excited to see something like that. I would really hope that we get to see something like that. So all right, 12 key super meteor strike and big bang attack, raises attack infinitely, it looks like, greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage with a high chance to stun the enemy. I like it. And then of course we got Super Kamehameha and Final Burst Cannon on the 18 key, raises defense, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and greatly lowers attack and defense. I would like to switch those because I think that it's going to be great to have, you know, infinite raising defense instead of raising attack, but you know, I digress. I haven't gone over everything, so let's keep on going. Super attack effect if transforming post standby, etc. Meteor burst greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage with a great chance to stun the enemy. And of course, 18 key is final flash, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and disables enemy actions once within the turn. Let's go ahead and dive into this passive skill, because it looks like our homie here went ahead and did a passive skill before and a passive skill after, so I'm guessing this is going to be either the standby phase stuff or transformation. We're going to go into it more. Now, passive skill, final battle. Activates the entrance animation once only, attack and defense plus 88%, and guards all attacks for 3 turns from the start of turn. Ki +5 and attack and defense plus 160% at start of turn, reduces damage received by 30%, very, very modest. Additional damage reduction plus 15% when receiving 8 or more attacks. So he's going to be really, really good probably for harder events where you're going to get attacked a lot. So yeah, there you go. Performs an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super attack. Ki +1 up to 8, attack and defense plus 20 up to 160% with each attack received or performed. Performs an additional super attack when Ki is 20 or more. Great chance to perform a critical hit when Ki is 24 or more. Man, that is a lot to read, and we're still not done. So this is going to be the passive skill afterwards. Ki +8 and attack and defense plus 188% at the start of turn. Guard activated against all attacks. Reduces damage received by 40%. Additional attack and defense plus 88% as the first attacker in the turn. Defense plus 88% within the turn, and performs an additional super attack after receiving an attack. All allies. Ki +2 and damage received reduced by 10% after receiving an attack. High chance to nullify super attacks directed to the character. Charges standby gauge with each attack received. Jiminy Christmas. My word. I like overpowered. This is insane. This is a great slot 1 unit post transformation, which is really, really good. Honestly, it looks like it's going to be a great unit in the slot 1 in general if this was to go as it is. But you know, we still got more. We still got active skill, baby. That's what we got. Active skill. So, Goku comes back from standby, massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to enemy, and within the turn activated, attack plus 88%, and all attacks become critical hits. All allies attack and defense plus 16% for the rest of battle, and can be activated when standby gauge is full. Note, this character switches from Goku to Vegeta, and then back to Goku and Vegeta. What? So it switches to a Vegeta standalone, then back to Goku Vegeta. Okay. The buffs that this character gained from the switch to Vegeta do still remain when Goku comes back from standby. This means you don't have to build up Goku and Vegeta's passive again. That would be crazy, okay? Because if you're constantly being able to switch and use the passives to your advantage, my word, that would be absolutely bonkers. And you would keep your infinite stacking when it comes to your attack and defense. That'd be awesome. Now, standby skill. Goku goes to standby to charge energy, restores HP by 40%, can be activated after receiving or performing 8 or more attacks. That would be bonkers, especially when it comes to like Cell Max and Red Zone, because instantly you get your standby gauge. That's absurd. That's crazy. Link skill, Saiyan Warrior Race, the Saiyan lineage, Kamehameha, prepared for battle, Super Saiyan, fierce battle, and legendary power, and categories Majin Buu, Saga, Pure Saiyans, Kamehameha, final trump card, connected hope, mastered evolution, accelerated battle, battle of fate, power beyond Super Saiyan, and bond of parent and child. Oh my gosh, if this is the unit that comes in 8th anniversary, man, I'm losing my mind. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm gonna go crazy. Anyways, thank you for your submission here, Mugiwara. Love it, love it, love it. Keep on sending me some good ones because I definitely want to read more.
All right, what's up, guys? It's Vilify, looking at the fan-made LR for the 8th year anniversary. This is, like I said, the fan-made concepts. This one is coming from Jordan W20 on Twitter. And this one is for GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Kind of an interesting choice for an anniversary unit, but I guess we'll see, right? So let's go ahead and look at the leader skill that he provided for this unit, and that would be Final Trump Card and Pure Saiyans, 170. And then we have a 30% going to Joined Forces, so 200% for Joined Force Pure Saiyans, essentially. Not a bad leader skill whatsoever. I'd say that's probably realistic, but I'm kind of expecting a new category for, an anniversary LR, but I guess we'll see. Let's go ahead and look at the super attack effects. This is very similar to what we've seen with the 7-year LRs with the nullify enemy attack on 18 key, except this time you don't have to transform. And then 12 key, we have greatly stacking defense with raising attack for 1 turn, and then greatly stacking attack on the 18 key. So this is the super attack effect of transforming, the standby and whatnot. Here we go. So we have 12 key, greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn, and then on 24 key for the super attack effect on the transforming, we get nullifying the enemy attack, and then we have raises allies attack and defense by 30% for 2 turns, going into the next turn for the allies. I like that a lot. On the passive skill, we have activates the entrance animation on first appearance. That's right away. They didn't know any condition for that. Damage received reduced by 77% until an attack is launched. So slot 1 unit. And then attack and defense plus 177% at the start of turn for 7 turns. I like that. Attack and defense plus 77% when performing a super attack. Chance to crit plus 11% per super classic category ally attacking in the same turn. So most of the time we're getting, 22 extra percent if I'm reading that right. And then after receiving 8 attacks, guard activated against all attacks. So after the 8 attacks with the damage reduction that you usually be getting, we'll eventually get the additional guard, which is nice. Swipe down to activate Spirit Bomb charge standby skill, no attack launch when in standby mode. Again, this is kind of just a theoretical version of this, so we don't really know what we're expecting yet, but I kind of like this concept, right? So the passive skill for after the transformation or standby, whatever you want to call it. After launching Spirit Bomb, the attack and defense plus 100% at the start of turn, and then 15% damage reduction. Active skill of transformation, none available. Active skill, other effect. Launching Spirit Bomb causes guaranteed crits for the entire rotation. An attack plus 77% for all allies for 2 turns. I like that a lot. Standby skill, Spirit Bomb standby skill gains a 77% additional attack. So for the link skills, we have Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, GT Battle, Prepared for Battle, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Very similar to the LR Super Saiyan 4s. And on our categories, we're looking at Joined Forces, Final Trump Card, Pure Saiyan, GT Heroes, Shadow Dragon Saga, Battle of Fate, Accelerated Battle, Bond of Parent and Child, and Connected Hope. Very nice looking GT LR. This would be a very nice unit to summon for. Granted that Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta are obviously way more hyped than this, but I would say this is a nice consolation for a lack of excitement with the unit, right? So I'm kind of excited to see this. Thank you again to Jordan on Twitter. I know Jordan from Discord as well, so thank you very much, old man. But I appreciate the fan-made submission here, and let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
Hey everybody, Masked Ningen here, and I have picked for my anniversary card concept the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. I know this is what we've seen a lot from people posting polls since the units were announced, but I definitely fall under the group of people that are the most excited for this unit. I'm a big fan of the Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 2 categories in general anyway. Obviously with the way Dokkan works with its categories, this card won't be on those because they both have to be on it, but I wanted to look for a really good one of these that would incorporate a lot of good units and be the kind of team that I would like to run. So this is the one that I have picked out. Shout out to Subarashi Rose. Shout out to Goku Black, you gotta love the screen name there. So their leader skill would be Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, or High Speed Battle. which is accelerated battle, 3 ki and 170. And then the extra 30% goes to Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Joined Forces. So the reason why I picked this one is the leader skill gives you a huge catalogue of units that you can use, right? Like all of the Pure Saiyan Super Saiyan 3s would be on here, including the like Heroes ones, like Bardock as well, not just Vegeta and Goku. High Speed Battle has a lot of the Super Saiyan 4s. And then, of course, Power Beyond Super Saiyan gives them that extra 30%. I think Accelerated Battle even has the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s. So there's like a lot of Heroes units that would fit under the 200% lead. And then Joined Forces, because they have Joined Forces and Pure Saiyans as a combo, it basically means like every Goku and Vegeta dual card would be on this 200%. So this would be a very good team with a lot of very solid options. So their super attacks, the 12 ki is the Kamehameha and Big Bang attack, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does mega colossal damage. And then the 18 ki is the Twin Dragon Fist and Final Flash, massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does mega colossal damage with a high chance to stun. So pretty straightforward super attack effects, obviously greatly raise and then massively raise, very, very good. If you're getting the additional super, you're getting another greatly raise, so this unit very strong after super attacking. The passive is Final Stand of the Proud Saiyan Warriors. So they have an entrance animation, activates at the start of the turn, and they guard all attacks and get attack and defense 7% per key sphere obtained for 5 turns. So that's essentially the effect of their entrance animation. So 5 turns of guard and then a little bit of bonus nuking, 7% per key sphere obtained. So you can imagine in the early turns they're going to hit like a truck. Key +2, attack and defense 159%. Then they have reduced damage received by 30%, attack and defense 100%, and launch an additional super attack, as well as giving all allies attack and defense 40% when facing 1 enemy. So that's going to be what they're getting most of the time, right, when you're fighting these big like red zone bosses, although we are seeing some more stages now that have multiple enemies. So very high stats, damage reduction, and support for all allies. So I mean, already you can see this is probably hands down the best unit in the game, right? Or when facing an extreme enemy. So actually, even the red zones that we have with multiple enemies, most of them are extreme, aren't they? Are the Gammas still super in their red zone stage? But this would be like every stage that's available in the game right now, essentially. And then they get 59% attack, 200% defense, key 7, and all allies reduce damage received by 10% when facing 2 or more enemies. So in theory, when they're facing 2 or more enemies and one of them is extreme, then the way this is worded, they would get both parts of their passive, I assume, right? And then they actually literally would be the best unit in the game, and it's not even close. So performs a critical hit when HP is 59% or below, or if key is 24. Attack and defense 59% when launching a super attack when a Vegeta is attacking in the same turn. So this would obviously go very nicely if the Angel Vegeta LR gets an easy A during the anniversary. They would make a very good combo. Then we have the active skill is the Spirit Bomb. Temporarily increase attack by 1000% for this attack, and all attacks become crits for 1 turn. You can use this when HP is 59% or below, or after 5 turns have passed when facing 1 enemy. I mean, yeah, with this unit, with their guard and damage reduction, dropping below 59% HP is going to be pretty difficult. So after 5 turns, and then the standby skill. Bearing in mind, we still really don't know 100% how these are exactly going to work, but Vegeta's plan, attack and defense 30% for the rest of the battle when 10 attacks are received and launched. So I like these combined, right? Because when you have to do both or one or the other, it's quite annoying. We saw that with the AGL Super Saiyans from the Worldwide Celebration. So this literally means you could like take 6 attacks and attack 4 times and then it would be filled. Or when facing a sworn enemy's enemy. Which is good, right? Because, you know, they're the ones that usually get hit with the Spirit Bomb. All the Freezers are on there. Kid Buu's on there. So there you go. And Link skills, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Pretty straightforward Link set for this unit. Will let them fit in very well with a ton of the other units. And then they're on Pure Saiyans, Buu Saga, Accelerated Battle, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Joined Forces, Last Resort, Bond of Parent and Child, Desperate Struggle, Connected Hope, and Battle of Fate. So yeah, very, very strong unit. I think there is almost no question that this would be absolutely the best unit in the game. So shout out to Subarashi Rose for this one, and let's go on and see what's next.
What is going on, 5-9 gamers? Joe Wags here with another fan-made card concept here over on 5-9 Gaming. And today we're looking at the 8th year anniversary LRs. And I wanted to look at a concept for the GT boys. I feel like the Super Saiyan 3 is getting a little bit more love. And I'm a fan of the GT boys. So we're going to take a look here. So this fan concept comes to us from, where's my boy here? Real Meal 45. So Real Meal, thanks for the submission. So this is for the Goku GT and the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta unit. So for their leader skill, they're thinking Battle of Fate and Finishing Blow. So Finishing Blow would be a new category. I would assume pretty much any character in the game who does a killing blow on a character. So this might include like inhuman deeds, like extreme characters that maybe they did a finishing blow on like their own, subordinate or whatever. That could be, but obviously it would be like the Spirit Bomb units, right? And I think finishing blow is a pretty fitting category that could work for these Spirit Bomb units, right? So that would be 3 key and 170 to stats, and then the 30% or the full 200% would come the final trump card or Pure Saiyans, which I think that's legit. That seems like a pretty good 200% leader skill to me. Super attack effect, 12 key, greatly raised defense for 1 turn, does Mega Colossal, and then raises allies attack by 20% for 1 turn. So I like the kind of the support passive there and still raising defense. 2 pretty good effects. And then the 18 key, greatly raises attack and massively raises defense for 1 turn, causes Mega Colossal, and raises allies defense by 20% for 1 turn. So the thing with this unit build is that you'd want to aim for the 18 key, and if you're in slot 1, and if this is a good slot 1 build, you can get the 18 key, raise defense by 20 for the whole rotation, and then raise attack by 20. So in a way, they're kind of like a 20% attack and defense support, right? Which is pretty good. And if you proc like another additional, if this unit could like triple super, you could get double 20% attack buffs, which could be pretty good, right? So here's the passive. So intro animation, which I think it's fair to say that whatever unit's going to come at this point, like I think any hype unit at this point is probably going to have some type of intro animation, right? So they activate guard, and they change key spheres of a certain type to int and reduce damage by 33% for 5 turns. So they've got the full gambit where they're getting damage reduction and guard, but it is only for the first 5 turns, right? And then they get key 3 and attack and defense 188 at the start of turn. They launch an additional, has a medium chance to be a super attack. Attack and defense 8% per key sphere. I think nuking makes sense for a Spirit Bomb type unit. That's typically what they like to do with Spirit Bomb, because the whole idea is they're gathering key, right? So I like that little play into there, right? Attack and defense 80% when collecting 5 key spheres. High chance to evade enemy attacks and a high chance to perform a crit when collecting 6 or more key spheres. And then launches a guaranteed additional super when key is 24 or when collecting 8 key spheres. And then a high chance to nullify normal attacks. Wait, so do they just mean nullify like non-supers? Is that what you mean? Or do you just mean like unarmed super attacks? I feel like if it, like a nullification has to be like on a super attack. I don't even know if nullifying normals would even matter. So I'm going to assume that you mean like a maybe a non-key blast attack. But I think some type of chance to nullify something definitely would make sense here, right? So a couple of things with this unit is, one is they get 3 key, but I would also like to see this unit maybe get an extra key per orb or something just to help hit that 24. Because even if this unit's starting at 3 key, depending on what their link set is like, they could still struggle to get the 24. The orb changing definitely will help, but I think just also toss in like a 1 key per orb, I think would be really, really good. But yeah, and here's the thing. The way this is set up is they're only orb changing, like this first stuff here, they're only getting for 5 turns. So after 5 turns, they're going to lose the orb changing, they're going to lose damage reduction, they're going to lose the guard. So the only issue with this unit is I feel like if you're going to give them all this stuff for only 5 turns, they need to gain something after 5 turns to compensate. Like they need to be stacking or something. Because basically this, I don't think they're going to take an anniversary unit and like actually make them not as good after 5. Like they're not going to make them get worse after that. So it's kind of like the thing with like Orange Piccolo. Like he gets bonuses, and like Gohan too, they get buffs for the first 3 turns, but then they're building up to compensate for that, right? So I think that's the only flaw with this, is I think some of this, like I think the orb changing needs to be permanent. I'm okay with the guard and damage reduction for 5 turns, but then they need to get more defense as they attack or something, right? But pretty fun build. I just chose this one because I really like the idea of that Spirit Bomb theme where you're orb changing and doing a little bit of nuking. So I think that's pretty good there, right? And then the active skill is the Universal Spirit Bomb. So massively raise attack and defense for 1 turn, perform a guaranteed crit and cause ultimate damage. So the guaranteed critting will be really nice because then you'll get that for the turn. You could do a lot of damage here, right? So what they're doing to build up here is with the standby skill. And we don't know a ton about standby skill, so this could be totally far off or it could be pretty accurate, but I like the idea of what the standby skill is doing because it makes sense with the Spirit Bomb. So their standby skill is gather energy. So when you activate it, you're going to lose 10 ki for 1 turn. That's pretty massive, but hopefully the orb changing will help with that. But then you're going to get 8% attack when launching an active skill for every unit who collects 4 or more ki spheres, up to 24% attack on active skill per turn. Stacks per turn until active skill used. So I think what they're saying here is you activate the standby skill, you're going to lose ki for 1 turn. But then any unit that collects 4 or more ki spheres is going to put 8% into a pool. And then that pool is going to add attack onto the Spirit Bomb when you activate it. So I don't know if it would be set up exactly like this. But here's the thing. The standby skill, it says can be activated once per turn until you launch the active skill. So you could literally do ki minus 10 every turn, but then build up all of this ki and put that into the Spirit Bomb. So I really like the idea of this. I think in theory, this build probably isn't quite good enough for the anniversary unit because I think if you're going to do ki minus 10, then this dude better not only be permanently orb changing, but like double orb changing or something. But I do like the skeleton of what's going on here, right? So I did think this was a really cool concept. Link skill, Saiyan lineage, more than meets the eye. I don't know if I agree with more than meets the eye, but sure, that could be there. Kamehameha, Shocking Speed, GT, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. What we need here is not more than meets the eye. This is going to be Saiyan Roar. So swap that with Saiyan Roar, and I think we're good. I'm not a fan of Shocking Speed either, but GT does have a few more Shocking Speed units. But yeah, give me that Saiyan Roar. We need that Saiyan Roar right there. And I think they definitely could have Saiyan Roar, especially if like the Kid Goku part of it, if at some point in an animation goes Super Saiyan 4, I think we could get Saiyan Roar in there. And then category Shadow Dragon, Pure Saiyan's Battle Fate, Finishing Blow, Final Trump Card, Joined Forces, Kamehameha, GT Heroes, Accelerated Battle, and Bond of Parent and Child. So anyways, guys, there you go. There is our concept for the GT Vegeta and Goku. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to the next creator.
Alright, it's my turn now. I'm going to be going over one of your concepts in this video for the 8th anniversary, and I'm chosen as the GT fanboy. I am a Goku GT and SSJ for Vegeta concept from @SippinCoco. Big shout outs to them. I know them on Twitter. I follow them actually. So hopefully they've given a good leader skill, passive skill, everything. Make it perfect for me, baby. Come on, let's get this done. Let's get this done. I'm hoping that the GT unit is banging because GT desperately needs it, alright? I'm a GT fan, but we are mudded right now, right? In terms of teams and stuff. But I'm very excited to see what they can do with this unit. Now, for the leader skill, signature technique or grade 8 power, or giant 8 power, I should say. Category ki +3 and HP attack and defense 170, plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% for characters who also belong to the Bond of Parent and Child and or Final Trump Card category. Very interesting. So signature technique applies to attacks such as Final Flash, Gallic Gun, Kamehameha, Bakanko Sanpo, Spirit Bomb, Time Skip. Okay. I think that would be very interesting. It would be kind of cool. I would be curious to see what all they count as a signature technique and which characters would fit into that. You know, I assume units like SJ for Vegeta would fit into this category because of Final Shrine attack. Then you obviously have Spirit Bomb and Kamehameha because of Goku. Gallic Gun would obviously be Vegeta again. Special Beam Cannon, you'd have Piccolos and stuff. So any unit that, let's say there's a Piccolo that doesn't do Special Beam Cannon, it wouldn't be part of signature technique is my assumption. So that's going to be very interesting to see how they actually do it if they were to do something like this. It would make a lot of sense, especially because the theme is Spirit Bomb, but we'll have to wait and see. They might want to go for something about more pure-hearted stuff or whatever it may be. I don't know. It depends on what they want to do with the Spirit Bomb sort of like theme and if they want to make that even the leader skill sort of thing. But signature technique would actually fit into that. It would extremely fit into that very well in my personal opinion. So that would be interesting. Okay, so super attack effect is greatly raises attack, greatly raises defense. Why did I read that as attack? I'm blind. I'm genuinely going blind. Greatly raises defense, causes colossal damage, and lowers attack. So stacking defense greatly is always very good. And then massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage, and greatly lowers attack. Okay, that's good so far. Then we have super attack effect, if transforming, post standby, etc. So this is when standby is active. So 12 key is greatly raises attack and greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage and lowers attack, massively raises attack, massively raises defense for 1 turn, and causes mega colossal damage and greatly lowers attack. Okay, that's kind of decent. I think obviously, especially if the standby skill ends up having sort of like a dramatic finish, legendary finish-esque, sort of animation, giving this ability the stacking side of things, I think it's going to be very, very important to be able to deal that much damage, right? So I think this is really good. I like this concept for sure. So passive skill, oh, okay, so I assume this is pre-standby, this is post-standby. Okay, so let's read the pre-standby. So the pre-standby is activates the entrance animation upon entry once only. Key +3 attack and defense 159%. So very basic. No sort of like 3-turn guard or anything of that sort, which is great. Removes all allies debuffs. Changes 1 random type of key sphere to rainbow at the start and end of turn. Reduces damage received minus 50%. Okay, so let me break this down one by one. So the removes all allies debuffs, which makes me think that if you get sealed in position, or you get sort of like stunned or whatever it may be, it will not have any effect basically. That's my assumption. You won't be locked into position or anything of that sort, which will be good against certain red zone stages and stuff. So that's kind of decent. Would be basically a free Senzu being on site, which would be amazing. Rainbow Key Sphere is good at the start and end of turn. So wait, I'm a bit confused about that. So at the start of turn, you will get the adjustment already, but then once you launch the final, once you tap the last set of key spheres for the third unit in the rotation, the third slot basically, then the additional randomization will happen again. I think that's good and bad. I think that's a little bit too much rainbow changing, because we have seen in the past where too much rainbow changing can be negative, right? Because obviously rainbow key spheres don't really affect other rainbow key spheres, from if my memory serves me correct. So that can be good and bad, obviously. So I think for me personally, I think it's just best if it's just at the start of turn and that's it. Maybe if it's 2 key spheres, you can randomly change to rainbow. 2 types of key spheres at the start of turn, I think that would be better. Reduces damage received by 50%, very good already. Attack and defense plus 10% and 25% defense per key sphere obtained. That would be insane. This is a slot 1 unit and a half right now we've got here. Chance of performing a critical hit plus 8% per rainbow key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense 59% when attacking with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Additional key, super attack when key is 18 or more, or with 5 or more key spheres obtained. Very curious to see if this can be done twice. So if you have 18 key plus 5 or more key spheres, will that work out? I'm very curious to see what that works. All allies' chance of performing a critical hit plus 9% and damage received reduced by minus 9% when key is 24 or with 7 or more key spheres obtained. I assume it's either one or the other. It's not going to be 2 things at once. That's my assumption. So this is only 1 guaranteed additional. Would have been cool if it was 2, but it's only 1 additional super, and this is 1 support. It's not going to be applying the support twice. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 60% when attacking or as the first attacker in a turn. Okay, so they put a note here. Note, attack and defense 60% would activate when attacking in slot 2 or 3, but in slot 1 it works like Vegeta and Trunks and would activate immediately before receiving damage. Okay, I can see how that can be good and bad. I mean, at that point, you just want to add that generally to the start. In all honesty, I don't see a reason why this is a factor. Maybe I'm thinking, I don't know if the multipliers would be different depending on the situation, but you guys can let me know in the comments if it would be. But I don't think it would, so why not just have it as just generally an additional 60% attack and defense from the get-go, you know, or something like that. But I guess if it was just when attacking, then it would only apply as a super attack effect, or effectively post super attack or something. So I think this is fine. I mean, it still works. It basically benefits the unit overall. It's gonna be insane. This unit is crazy. Honestly, this unit is crazy even pre-standby. So honestly, I have no complaints about this. This is very strong, honestly. I'm maybe a bit too overtuned in some places, right? You could make an argument and say that, but I think overall very strong. Alright, so this is post standby. Key +6, attack and defense +1, 70%, removes all allies debuffs, changes one random keys type of key sphere to rainbow at start and end of turn, reduces damage received by 56%, and an additional 30% attack and defense 5%. So basically it becomes an inverse and it becomes offensive, super offensive in the standby phase, basically, to basically be able to just, you know, pop off effectively, right? Okay, chance of performing a critical hit plus 8% per rainbow key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 60% when attacking, launches an additional super attack, which is great. All allies' chance of performing a critical hit plus 9% and damage received reduced by 9%. Survives KO, attacks once only and heals 30% HP after receiving an attack. Alright, that's pretty strong. Out of the way, Vegeta nullifies all super attacks and raises defense by 59% temporarily for one turn. Okay, it's pretty strong ability. Okay, standby skill is Super Ultra Spirit Bomb. Switches Goku GT to standby to charge the Super Ultra Spirit Bomb for 5 turns. Effects activate again on the next attacking turn, so turn 3. Massively raises the attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, performs... Okay, so midway through you can have a sort of active skill, standby skill sort of thing. Raises allies defense by 30%, and then you can attack it again on turn 5, and you can raise attack by 177% temporarily. Causes ultimate damage, performs a critical hit for 1 turn, raises allies defense for 30% by for 2 turns, and if enemy HP is 20% or below, perform a special Dokkan finish. Can be activated from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. Okay, special Dokkan finish is similar to legendary finish in that no damage numbers are displayed and enemy is KO'd with a longer animation. So, okay, yeah, basically like LFs, basically. I mean, which is something we're expecting to see anyways. Very, very strong. I like this kit, to be quite honest. I'm very curious to see how they do the standby skills, but obviously we don't know exactly how it is until we actually see it next week. So, gonna be very interesting. So, Link skills, Saiyan Lineage, SSJ, GT, Prepared for Battle, Shocking Speed, Saiyan Roar, Legendary Power, Fierce Battle. I think this is a pretty good Link set. Personally, I mean, obviously I would love Saiyan Lineage or SSJ. I would be okay with either or. But of course, the rest of it needs to be as is, just so that it can go well, extremely well with the SSJ 4s. These are the categories. I am going to skim through it. Looks alright, I think. I don't see anything really off there, so I think this is a very good kit. Very, very solid. Love the kit, actually. But I want to see what the other guys do, so let's move on to the next person and see what concept they have in store for us.